Hey guys, in today's video I'm going to be cutting 14-inch round circles like this out of 1/2-inch birch plywood. I'm using my Metabo Plunge router that I got from Lowe's about a year or 2 years ago, along with my circle cutting jig from Milescraft. I love this because it cuts up to, I'm not sure how, it cuts pretty big. I don't really know. It says up to 42 inches, but I cut usually 14, 16, 18-inch circles, sometimes 12 or a little bit bigger than that. But I'm going to show you a little bit about what I use to do it. First, I have my dust mask, of course, and my hearing protection that I'm going to use, and my eyewear as well. I have a couple of wrenches here that I use to tighten down the bits. Sometimes I need to change these out. I'm just using a regular bit from a kit I got from Menards, circle cutting bit. So just to round it over a bit, I want to make sure that that's tight. I already checked that before I start. So I've cut out the first circle. I'm doing 3 today, so I'll show you how one works. Now this is the piece that I use to set up the jig. I set this up right here. This piece right here goes into the circle of that. I just drill a little screw inside there that it comes with, and then it just sticks to it, and then I set it up like this. So I already measured out so I can use the most of this piece of wood. It's a 2 foot by 4 foot section. But what I'm going to do now to line this up so I get the most use out of the wood, give myself the most scraps available, I take this and I flip it over, and I get as close as possible to the other circle and the top edge of it, so that I press down on it. Okay, so this circle will actually leave a little indent in the wood, so I can see exactly where to put this screw. Okay, so we'll go ahead and do that now. Let me get my drill. Okay, take that screw out, and then I'm going to drill exactly where that piece is. Usually go over just a little bit. Make sure that's tight. Okay, so now I'm ready to set it up. I align it with this, and then you always want to have some scrap pieces of wood underneath the surface that you're using. I like to spread them out a little bit just so it cuts evenly. There's no issues with that. Okay, so now I'm ready to cut. Then you might want to turn your volume down because it does get a little bit loud. So here we go. I'll show you. Typically this might take 2 or 3 passes, but we'll get started here and see what we can come up with. I like to turn it on speed low, usually 2 or 3 for the setting, and then I just kind of go slow as it is. I don't need to go super fast because then you want smoother edges as well. All right, so that's 2 passes. You don't want to go too deep because you want to make sure that you're going to get some smooth cuts. Usually with a 1/2 inch, I do 3, sometimes 4 pass-throughs. So I've done 2 already and it looks pretty good. I got my blower here to blow everything out, get rid of the dust. Clear out the circle cutting jig. Oops. Okay, and then I'll do my next pass here. This should be the final pass. Okay, and there you have it. Got my 14-inch circle. This I'll just cut off the scroll saw, touch that little piece off. That's no big deal. And then sand it down, and there you go. And that's it. Other than that, pretty simple to use. Takes a little bit to set it up, but once it's done, it looks pretty good. So they have 1 more to go, and then now you know how to cut circles. Thanks, guys.